Okay, first of all, when it comes to communication, we have the Princess of Swords and the Chariot. This is a card about balancing out your inner struggles, okay? So this is like a victory through much strife and struggle. This is a card about harnessing the disparate energies within yourselves. So it's sort of like the heart and the head, the rational part versus the emotional parts. And it's also making decision to move your life in a very positive trajectory. And it's not an easy choice to make, but you are going to have to get yourself to this point where you are basically in the driver's seat of, the car in your own life. You are driving your life and steering your life in a positive direction. When I say take ownership of your life, this is pretty much what I meant, because victory is going to be yours once you are able to harness the disparate energies, the things that you want versus the things that are good for you. And at the same time, identifying the things that you can change and the things that are out of your control, so that you don't beat a dead horse, so that you don't waste your energy trying to, fix things that are not working and that are not within your control to fix. So this is kind of like taking a step back, taking care of your own life first, and leaving situations and people that have been problematic behind. All right. In terms of, this is a card about inner struggle, inner conflict. Get yourself to the point where both of your drive, your ambitions, and your desires are working in conjunction with one another, so that you're coming to a place of empowerment and you're taking charge of your own life. All right. It's linked up here with the Princess of Swords, and the Princess of Swords, usually it deals with communication coming in from other people, communication that, just back and forth communication. And it's also a card in which we are starting out, we are on a path to expand our horizon and our intellectual capacity. And what I mean by this is, for a lot of you in general, let's talk about the energy first. So you're dealing with an air sign. Air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And the Princess of the Princess of Swords is like the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords, pages are very inquisitive. They ask a lot of questions. They like to get to the bottom of the truth. And they're very innocent and childlike in the way that they ask questions. They're very moral and ethical. And if something seems a little bit off, they're not shy about asking questions. Asking questions that might be uncomfortable, that might be really difficult to respond to. This is the energy that you are encountering, or this is the energy that is really going to help you move forward with the direction of your life, okay? Don't shy away from those important discussions that you have with another person. If you want to get at the truth, you have to do some research. You have to do some digging. And I do feel like for a lot of you overall, you might be dealing with this person as an external energy, somebody who asks questions, who tries to get to the truth. And because of it, they are doing it in a way that is entirely positive for you, so that you can move forward in a more directed, in a more empowered light, okay? However this person plays out in your life, I feel like for a lot of you, it might be a child. It might be like your child. It might be a granddaughter, a cousin, like a child of a younger person. I also feel as well, in terms of, I'm seeing it play out as an energy, in that they're helping you move forward in some area, some aspect of your life. And it has to do with the way that you communicate, the way that you think, the way that you process information, and the way in which you are able to analyze and assess information. So it's a helping energy, I feel, overall. A lot of you, I feel like you might have trouble doing like detail-oriented types of work. And as a result of it, this person might come in to give you the technical knowledge as to how to do it. This person is very intelligent, they're witty, and they are also very good with technology, good with taking things apart and putting things back together. So I feel they're going to be a great asset to you. All right. Now, in terms of your financial situation, we have the Seven of Pentacles as well as the Queen of Pentacles. Financially, things are looking very, very good for you. For a lot of you, there might have been some financial holdups, blockages, and things like that happening last year, or even like within, like January and February. I feel January, February, some turnaround happened around March for you guys on the financial front, and you're waiting for this payout. I feel like it could be, it's tax season, so there could just be some type of tax rebate or something like that. Well, it's tax season in the US at least. So some tax rebate or something like that. I don't feel it's a financial windfall. It's basically you're reaping the rewards of your hard work. So for those of you who are, I feel like for some of you, you might have been working and then you're retiring this year and you're counting your assets, you're counting your money, and you're trying to see, when's a good time to retire? Where will I go? Where can I go so that I can get the most, in terms of low cost of living and things like that, so I can make the most of my money. So I feel like some type of planning when it comes to where you want to live, how you want to spend your money, whether or not you have enough money, some type of assessment when it comes to the types of jobs that would be good for your financial future in the long run, like past retirement, like where can you get the best pension and the best benefits and the best perks and things like that. So you're thinking and planning long term when it comes to your financial situation. At the present moment, you are showing up here as the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles, once again, is a very financially stable, abundant type of woman. She not only is able to take care of herself, she is able to care for others. And through her generosity, other people are thriving. This is somebody who has a very good heart. So in terms of the financial situation, there is somebody in your midst, possibly an earth sign. So this is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Male or female, that is going to help you greatly in terms of giving you advice, in terms of giving you, and the Pentacle suit is practicality as well. So they might have the knowledge in terms of giving you advice on all of these things, all of these practical solutions to things that you've been wondering about. So this is a card about a financial advisor as well, somebody who's very grounded, very stable, and they, are financially well off. So they're in a good position to dish out advice. Okay. I do feel as well for some of you who are dealing with an earth sign. If you are dealing with an earth sign, and I feel almost as if you're dealing with an earth sign, so that is, once again, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, there is some assessment that you're doing regarding this relationship, this interaction with the earth sign. And I don't read reversal, so we're going to flush it out. If it's a love relationship, we're going to flush it out in the love reading. But I do feel there is a period of reassessment or a time of reassessment to see if it's worth it. I feel like you devoted a lot of time, a lot of sweat and tears in this situation, in this interaction with them, and you're the one doing all the work, and they're kind of like sitting and reaping the benefits of it, or at least they're getting more of it out than you are. So you are somewhat depleted as a result. So it's assessment is definitely in store, and it's going to be good for you to at least assess and see if it's worth pursuing, okay, or worth continuing in. On the financial front as well, a lot of you might be reassessing whether or not you are happy at your current job, and there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like you might stay in it for financial reasons, but you don't find a lot of emotional fulfillment from it, okay? So we do have the devil, and this is more on a love, romance, soul level. So the devil deals with restriction. It deals with unhealthy situations that we put ourselves in, unhealthy people that we can't extract ourselves from because we have the chains, and these are like cords of attachment. People that might play or tug at our heartstrings. People that play the victim as well. So I feel like there might be somebody circulating around you who is who might be miserable, and honestly they're not taking charge of their life either. So you feel as if, let me save you from yourself. And the thing here about, personal empowerment is that people have to get themselves out of their own predicament. It's not in our path, it's not in our best interest to interfere with other people's karma. So I hope that makes sense to you. What's tied in with this situation is the Two of Cups. So a lot of you are in a relationship where you feel as if you are kindred spirits, but the relationship itself has a lot of problems. All right. And it can go both ways. It can be entirely very, very positive. Like it's a positive emotional experience. And the other person might mean well. But I feel like with the Two of Cups, it's a very strong soul connection. But at its best, it can be a very good connection. At its worst, it can be a very emotionally draining and a very karmic relationship. Both of these cards don't spell out karma to me. The next batch does. So you have to really reassess whether or not it is still worth it, because I feel, once again, emotional highs and lows. So you want to make sure, are you in love with the person? Are you, willing to just don't interfere with other people's karma? If somebody is playing the victim and they, you're not anybody's knight in shining armor. We can't save other people from themselves. All right. So don't be fooled by this strong soul connection. Make sure that you take care of yourself and let them take care of their emotional baggage, or let them deal with situations that are weighing them down, and let them take ownership of their own lives. Because I feel like you might be attracting, if this sounds familiar, you might be attracting the same types of people where you feel like you want to play the role of the knight in shining armor. And if it's happened over and over and over again, you really have to date outside of your normal type, all right, in order to attract this very positive relationship. What I'm also sensing is, with the Devil card, a lot of you could potentially be in unhappy relationships right now. And it's basically, the Devil deals with comfort and stability and security. It doesn't deal so much with love. It's all about lust, temptation, and, the whole idea of doing something we're not supposed to, because it's very thrilling and it's very exciting. If you are able to break yourself out of this, and which is dating the wrong types of people over and over and over again, there is something very positive, rewarding that is in store for you. Okay? And you are going to have to overcome this, take ownership of your own life, take care of your own needs, and let the situation go before this new healthy relationship partner will be in. And meeting this new person is going to allow you to see this situation for what it is or what it was, so that you can move forward in healthier relationships, but not only healthier relationships. You're going to be able to realize that this past relationship is crippling your self-esteem, whereas the new relationship can be very, very emotionally rewarding and very balanced. All right. So once again, I believe I got like similar energies for Scorpios. The juxtaposition between these two will let you see this situation in its true colors, all right? Which is always a good thing. Enlightenment, awakening, it's always a positive thing. So reassess some important relationships in your life, okay? Now, what's coming in as well is the Passion card. And this is it's also linked up with the Five of Pentacles. So let's talk about the Ace of Wands first. The Ace of Wands indicates to me a renewal in passion, a surge of energy. It can also indicate new projects. It can also indicate like new work situation. If you are reassessing your work environment and you're looking for work that is more intellectually stimulating, that will challenge you and that will expand your knowledge base, I do feel that for a lot of you, you might be landing a new job this month. you might be doing the research in order to extract yourself from this job that, it pays the bills, but you're not happy with it. It doesn't utilize your skills and you're not being appreciated in the work environment. You will land a new job if you get out there and, put your resume out there in the job market. All right. There will be new projects, new things that will ignite your passion. On the other hand, if we're looking at this more of a temptation of physical attraction that you have with another person, I do feel that this is a situation you are going to have to walk away from, because we have here the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles is a karmic card. I usually read it as a very karmic relationship in every single deck that I ever use. It denotes to me some type of karmic relationship. Karmic relationships are very, very difficult to deal with. A lot of the times they don't last a lifetime. A lot of the times they don't. Karmic relationships and karmic bonds create a sense of very strong physical attraction that we have with another person. But the reality of the relationship is that it is very unbalanced, and getting together with the other person or having some type of a stable relationship is going to be tremendously difficult. Both people, the coming together, the union of this relationship can face a lot of challenges, a lot of interference from other people, or it might not come together at all. It might just, fall apart, and it's just a really difficult relationship. And I want to bring this up mainly because the other cards with the Devil, when you have a karmic relationship, you will know it. You will feel as if one person is doing all the work and the other person is not chipping in. It's also a situation where as soon as you start walking away, they want you back. But when you're around, they take you for granted. It's one of those things. So, try to extract yourself. I feel like for a lot of you, you've let the past go. You are actively walking away from a relationship partner that have not been generous, that have not been truthful, that have not put you first. And this is the month in which they're coming back into your life because of Mercury in retrograde, where you are going to have to once again put your foot down, once again reassess, and you're getting like passion and that sense of security, dependency, and all of these negative feelings or positive feelings too. Passion is positive, but when it's linked up with another person that is not good for you, all of these things are being brought up. And it's coming in as a challenge. It's forcing you to take ownership of your life, set goals and ultimatums for yourself, stick by them. Don't waver in your resolve so that you can move forward. Because financially, you're in a really, really good spot. And the only thing I feel affecting you is the love relationship. And because it's coming out so strongly with the Devil card, it's basically telling you, in terms of work, don't be afraid about leaving a job that you hate, because something else will come along. Don't be afraid. In terms of love relationship, don't be afraid to leave whoever it is if they're not making you happy, because new passion, new love will come through for you. So don't operate from a place of fear. Operate from a place of self-awareness, enlightenment, and directing your life in a more forward-looking trajectory. That's where you are going to have to tear yourself away from these things that have not been serving you. Okay? In terms of your advice, first of all, there is a situation that you are going to have to physically move away from. And there's there's no other way out of this. Okay. This is basically like lesson learned. I've already got myself hurt many, many times, and I'm not going to put myself in that situation again. A lot of you, I feel like with this card, there's a child on board. Okay. So it might be a breakdown in a family unit, in a breakdown in a like a marriage situation. If it's not marriage, then it's at least somebody that you have a child with. And a lot of the times I look at the Five of Pentacles as a karmic relationship. Karma, well, you know, soul connections allow us to meet. Karma is what allows us to stay together, have children, get married. So I feel like if there's a child in the picture, it's a karmic relationship. And I do feel that for a lot of you, especially for a lot of you, if you feel like if it was just you, you don't mind staying in it. But I feel like you're concerned about your child. You're concerned about, you know, the well-being of your child. So you are going to have to make the right choice and the tough decision, which is to make sure that, you know, your family unit, or at least your children are protected so that you can create a better life for your children. So I feel like this is a difficult decision, mainly because there are family members involved, especially children. It's never, divorces are messy, breakups are messy, but when children are involved, it's an even, it's a tough choice, okay? And I feel like the advice here is for you to extract yourself from this, whatever has been troublesome for you. I don't feel a lot of reconciliation happening, honestly. So I do feel that you are going to have to walk away and you are going to have to move on with your life, okay? There is a period of waiting here. And I feel like this is something you've been doing for quite some time. I feel like you were dealing with somebody who had a lot of control over you. They made promises to keep you hanging on, to keep you waiting in suspension, and to keep you from not moving on with your life because they're afraid to lose you. I do feel there is love and lust all intertwined, so it's not completely healthy. And I feel like it's coming in from their end. So they're preventing you from moving on, living your life, finding love and finding somebody who loves you, mainly because they want to have control over you. It's like giving control to another person. So you've been waiting. And I feel almost like life was on pause while you were waiting for this other person. Okay. Now life is finally gaining traction, mainly because you are taking back ownership of your own life. You're starting to, you know, harness the energy where, you know, this is my life. I'm going to steer it away and in a healthier trajectory so that I can achieve the life that I want, so that I can be happy. I'm going to have to leave situations behind that are not working. So it's not in a spirit of selfishness or anything like that. It's mainly about self-preservation. It's about self-awareness and self-control and not giving your power away, reclaiming your power, not giving your power to another person, not letting somebody lord over you. Okay, so it's a difficult step, and I feel like a lot of you are taking small steps in this right direction, but you're not certain just yet. And I can assure you, once you take the first steps, the universe will start bringing things in for you. So this is a card about success here. Your ships are coming in. You can see how, you know, those ships on the horizon, they're coming in and they're coming in fast. And you have many, many options to choose from. So if you've been worried about job security, you're staying in a job where you're very miserable, you have opportunities coming through. At the same time, if there are relationship partners and that you've been hanging on to, out of, you know, whatever, for whatever reason, you have that coming through for you as well. So basically, a lot of good things are on the horizon for you, but you need to be ready to move when they come in, okay? So this means extracting yourself completely, physically, emotionally, mentally from the past so that you can get yourself ready when those ships dock.